How's it going, everybody? SuperStormWolf here, and welcome to another episode of my podcast. I know it's been a while since the first one, and I've been meaning to do this for a long time. I just got busy and, whatever. So to change things up for this one, I'm going to try to do a lot more production on this one. I'm going to try to have some gameplay of just random whatever stuff in the background. I'm going to try to add some music behind my voice because I thought it was a little too plain, that last one I did. But enough of that. Let's get on to the theme of this episode, I guess I could call it. It comes from a suggestion from Cetra Blues. I think that's how you say it. I hope so. He said, would totally love to hear some insight on your reasons for doing art/hentai, what it means to you, what you think of the adult art community, your favorite things, characters, situation to draw, etc. at some point. And there's a lot there. But it's very interesting to talk about because it ties directly to, what I do, and why I guess anybody would even check out this podcast thing because they know me from Twitter, for doing art on Twitter. So I'm just going to tackle this in the order of the kind of questions asked. As far as just like generally doing art, I've been drawing most of my life, on and off. Drew a lot when I was a kid. Didn't really draw a lot throughout middle school and stuff. Kind of got back into it in high school. I was really, really big into shonen anime and stuff. I always wanted to do my own kind of manga thing with superpowers and fighting and stuff. But that's really hard. It's really, really hard. So I don't know what I'm going to do as far as that goes. I've still got an idea for a thing I want to do eventually, but one day maybe. As far as why I draw hentai or not safe for work art or porn or whatever the hell you want to call it, the simple answer for that is because I like it. But as far as what made me start drawing that kind of artwork in particular is I was just looking at stuff online, trying to find images I liked and stuff. I would go to different Rule 34 sites and stuff, and I found out how you could do tags, and that shit just blew my mind. And so I would look up a lot of porn with the different tags and find stuff I like. But I noticed time and time again, I would input a bunch of different tags and nothing would show up. And it would get really frustrating because I would like to see a certain character in a certain position or whatever, and nothing. It would just I'd hit search and there would be nothing. And so I guess just that Thanos meme, fine, I'll do it myself, kind of got that kind of attitude, and now I'm here. Yeah, that's basically that. Kind of drew it because it didn't exist, so I'm going to make it, kind of an attitude. And I guess that's the general broader sense for the next question of what it means to me. I'm guessing that just means art in general, what it means to me to draw and everything. It's one of the ultimate creative outlets is you just take nothing and you make something. It's you look at a blank page and then you make something that doesn't exist before, and that's just the beauty of art, I guess. That's just why I love it so much, is because I take a thought in my head and make something out of it. Now on to the next thing, which is a pretty big topic. This might take a little bit of the video or podcast. It's, what do I think of the adult art community? That's a difficult one. I will say my experience in general has been super, super positive. I've met so many good people, and just like, you know, the positive reception and encouragement and stuff, it just means the world. And that's just what shocked me so much, is like, you would think in something like porn, which is kind of taboo or naughty or whatever, you'd think it'd be just terrible, but like, there's just so many nice people, and like, the support that between different artists is just incredible. There's so many, like, I don't know what you'd say, like more popular, like big name artists that will like try to retweet and boost smaller, new, up and coming artists, and it's just a great sense of like this community. All that being said, I have met some real jerks, some creeps and weirdos, because it's porn. You're gonna get some really, really fucking weird people that they get really creepy with it. Like, I don't know, a good way to say it is like, if you comment on somebody's post of a drawing they did, say like, yeah man, real hot stuff, good work, you know, that's fine. But then there's some people like that. I know there's that meme of the guy, God, I wish that were me. It's like kind of like that stuff. Like, oh man, I would love to be there. Like, just shut up. That's weird. Don't. I think some guy. I think it was like. I'm trying to remember his name. It's like Dynamo Heart on Twitter. I don't know what his actual @ is, but that was like the screen name kind of thing that you input. Or he said something like, yeah, when you comment on my post, try not to sound like you're furiously jacking off while you're doing it. And I think that's the best way of putting that, because sometimes people comment stuff that just, it's like, I'm extremely weirded out. And back when I first started, there were a bunch of people trying to get free shit. Got a bunch of like asks for free drawings, like, do you do requests and shit, and it's just it was bad. There's been some bad stuff, but you know, I don't want to let that overshadow all the good that's come out of it too. I've made some really cool friends on here, and you know, that there's no bad in the world that could take away from that, and you know, that's just the way I feel about that. Anyway, next topic is your favorite things, characters, situations to draw. Oh, that's kind of multi-part. I'm gonna try to tackle this in one way. I like to draw characters from anime or games or that I've either watched or played myself, because when there's an attachment to the character and you know, like, their personality or how they would act or whatever, I think it makes the work more authentic, and it certainly makes it more enjoyable for me to draw if I know what it is, because if it's just some random design of a character I don't know anything about, it's not that interesting. And like situations, I always like to do, I don't always do it, but I like try to almost tell a story with what's going on in the picture. I don't know if that may come across because they're just getting, you know, rammed or whatever. It's more interesting when the picture like has more to it than just it's just a naked girl, or like if there's stuff going on to it. That, I think, it's more fun to draw that. Like, I had so much fun drawing my 1,000 follower picture on Twitter because I did like 2 different panels that, and like, I don't know, it just made it really fun because it was more than just drawing a person naked. If that makes sense, I don't know. Just kind of blabbering. But yeah, this has been a super awesome experience doing this. I have no plans on stopping anytime soon. I don't think I could stop. It's just like so ingrained in me to draw this stuff now. Like trying to draw safe for work stuff is just like boring. I've tried, and it just doesn't work for me. Anyway, so I mean, I'm in it for the long haul, so yeah, I appreciate all the support everyone's given me and everything, and I'd like to try to do these podcast things more often because it's a good way to interact with, like we say, the community, with my followers and everyone. Like, it's a good way for me to put more of myself out there, because I think it's really good when a person has more than just art. Like, they put some personal stuff. I don't think you should be sharing your whole life story or anything. But when you put a little bit of yourself out there, like what games you're playing or your pets or what you feel about topics or just, anything, it makes you seem more authentic and relatable and more like a person rather than some like robot account that's just putting out drawing after drawing after drawing. There's nothing else. So that's why I like to do these. I would like to try to do these once a week, but God, I just don't have the time or the energy. That's certainly an issue because, having a job gets in the way of your free time. And then on top of that, I have the obligation of doing my Patreon stuff, which that comes first and foremost before anything else. So, yeah, I'll do what I can. That pretty much is all for this episode. I know it's really a lot shorter than the JoJo episode, but I don't know, not as much per se to talk about. I mean, there's stuff I could go into, but I really feel like some of that stuff would be better for a different episode, like more of my history with art. I could do a whole episode on my art teacher in high school and how she hated anime. That was something. Yeah, I could. I'm also planning on doing one about retro gaming, because I've been getting into that lately. I've been buying a bunch of old systems and games and stuff. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But yeah, really cool and fun to do these. Thank you so much for watching this and checking it out and everything. Hopefully it was more interesting with some kind of little video stuff, even if you didn't watch it. Hopefully the music in the background kind of made the voice kind of more pleasant to listen to. And hope I'll see you in the next one. See you later.